Ever since I was 4 years old, I always loved video games. They are one of the few things I have always liked no matter what. But throughout this long career, lots of people have told me I shouldn't play video games. Hey, don't play those darn things. They'll ruin your eyes and turn you into a vegetable. Or, hey, you're a loser who plays video games. I'm sticking your head in a toilet. But today I am here to tell you about how those people are actually wrong and all the many bit of benefits video games have to offer. Improved hand-eye coordination and reflexes are probably the most known benefits of video games. And though it may seem just like something people who play video games say to the ones who hate them, there really is a lot of truth to it. A lot of real-world jobs that actually advise their workers to play video games to improve these skills. 2007, a study was done in Oklahoma on surgeons. They reported that the ones who played video games for at least 3 hours a week were less likely to make errors and to complete the procedure faster than ones who didn't. More importantly, fast-paced games that featured quick decision-making and fast movements like the infamous Call of Duty helped even more. University of Rochester professors even reported that video games had proven to give users a better depth and contrast analysis than ones who did not. These two skills are more important in everyday life when driving at night. Speaking of driving is also greatly improved by playing too, because it is directly related to these skills already stated. So it looks like Will Ferrell and the other guys was right when he said that GTA in fact made him a better driver.
Where'd you learn to drive like that? Grand Theft Auto!
Super Mario Bros. Is one of the most loved and successful video game series worldwide, with over 100 games and played by billions and billions of players, all of which have been able to be benefited by all this game has to offer. Super Mario Bros. Is a fast-paced platformer game that really can improve your hand-eye coordination and improve your reflexes. But along with these, the popular Super Mario Sunshine in specific has been proven to make people more helpful. In 2009, a study done by psychological professors at Iowa State University showed that it can, in fact, make people more helpful. They had undergrads there play the game first and then interact with others who hadn't played it. And the ones who had showed way more desire to help the others around them. The Pokemon series is famous across the globe, played by 3-year-olds to 93-year-olds. This is another popular game series by Nintendo that has a large number of benefits, experienced by many people in the world. The biggest benefit is the teaching of strategy, planning, and more importantly, thinking before you act, taught through battles in the game. Since all Pokemon have different types and abilities, it's up to the player to be smart and use these the best they can. Most people will eventually become very good at these areas as they progress through the game. It can also teach a lot of math, since each Pokemon has its own statistics and trends which can easily be predicted to be used the very best. Pokemon also tends to make kids way more social than they would be, since they can interact with other real-world players a lot throughout the game. It also has a huge benefit to younger children. The game has a lot of dialogue in it, more than most games for kids. Because of this, it can allow for children to pick up on many ways to read and as well as spell words. American teachers in South Korea actually use Pokemon games to help start their children off with English, since it's both entertaining to the students and easier for them to understand. Another positive thing video games do is help teach kids about history. You may be thinking this is a little crazy, but look at the popular game series Assassin's Creed. This is a game where the player is an assassin set in many different time periods like the Renaissance in Italy or the Revolutionary War. After they spend time in these games, they'll remember important things in history like how Charles Lee was a leader in the Civil War, or that Da Vinci invented the first flying machine, or that James Kidd the Pirate was in fact a girl. Throughout all these games there are other historical links that are all mainly true, and all these will stick with the player a lot longer than some reading assignment in a book which they would experience in some normal school class. Many people think that video games can ruin your life and waste it, when it is in fact the opposite, and that they can save your life. Well, kind of. Studies show that playing video games during times of pain can lead to hurting less, and while times without pain can lead to you being less likely to have pain in the future or very strong pain. The American Pain Society reported some very significant findings. They said that patients of very severe procedures like cancer therapy had significantly less stress and pain. They also said that burn patients had 30 to 50% less pain. Another study done by Keele University in the United Kingdom had participants play video games and then see how long they could place their hands in ice-cold water. The ones who had played video games first could keep their hands in water 65% longer than the ones that had not. As you can see, there are many benefits video games have to offer that spread out over a large number of areas, and I hope most of them actually disprove some of the negative assumptions you already had and made you look at video games from a whole different way. So next time you want to do something good for yourself, like reading a book or deciding not to eat that second Big Mac, consider playing a video game, because they too can affect you for the better.